Against the backdrop of the development of the capital market and the performance consistently achieved, the company's management decided to separate itself from the other SIFs by changing the name, repositioning, and redefining its identity. The legal steps were taken and thus began the extensive rebranding process, supported by a 2-year PR campaign together with the public advisors. It was the first time in the history of the Romanian capital market that a SIF changed its name. First, in order for a financial company to undergo a rebranding process, the following steps were needed. The executive management has to propose and argue the change in the General Shareholders' Assembly and get their approval by vote. Few months later, an authorization from Financial Supervision Authority should follow, but the next date cannot be foreseen. In our case, it was all the more difficult because the pandemic came unannounced and complicated things for authorities. We started a media relations campaign to place as much information as possible in the media about this company's performance. In this context, the communication process, although organized before 0.0, involved a large deployment of forces in an extremely short time because it depended on that authorization of SIF that went public the minute it was signed. You can imagine that we had no time for press embargoes. The fact that we were in the middle of pandemic restrictions was confusing, but also helpful. We couldn't do the live event, but we could broadcast the speeches and invite stakeholders in an online room. The main objective, to build awareness for the new brand, but at the same time, to move away from the existing negative perception of the category. Our approach was to also highlight the company's performance over the past 10 years and present the rebranding as a natural evolution phase of a successful investment fund. The analysis showed an impressive growth curve. And so, the change of name came on the back of the performance generated by the company's experience on the capital market, but also by a performing and innovative business model. We continued to exploit this extremely important communication moment of our client with a solid media strategy. We chose to place the message on the cover of the most read and appreciated business publication in Romania. We chose the team of 2 directors to be the image vehicle as they were involved in the performance results of the last 10 years and were directly responsible for the previous results of the company. Over the next few months, we chose 10 cover stories and other online media materials as part of our media strategy to have constant and effective communication and to create awareness for the new brand. The next step was to announce the change of the stock exchange symbol. This was made through a special event organized at the Bucharest Stock Exchange headquarters, where the bell was rung for the first time when the EVER symbol was listed. In the first year after the rebranding, 19 press releases were sent out and 500 press materials were generated. Only the interviews with the management team in leading business publications brought us 800,000 unique visitors. An estimated 30 million potential readers were exposed to our messages. This is a story of how SIF Moldova became EVERGENT Investments.